Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. It's a cold evening here in Minnesota, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to read some more Hamlet. What better thing would you want to do on a cold evening in Minnesota than read Hamlet? We're launching into Act 3, Scene 2. It's kind of a long one because it has a play within a play, a device that Shakespeare frequently made recourse to. And so I'm going to be cutting my commentary down as much as possible, which for me is always an issue. But this has Hamlet presenting his play to the king, The Mousetrap, the play which will catch the king's conscience and prove without a shadow of a doubt to Hamlet that the king is guilty. The first thing to note when we're reading this, if you're reading this, is that he is speaking in prose, and the prose and the poetry switch throughout the play. And I don't know whether there's significance or not to the prose showing up at some point, or the poetry is showing up at some point. But here we have Hamlet speaking in prose at first. And after the play, The Mousetrap, where he shows the method by which, he reveals the method by which the king has been killed by his brother, we get a scene of everybody trying to find out just what it is that makes Hamlet mad. So, here we go, reading Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Hamlet and three of the players. Speak you this speech, I pray you, as I pronounced to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand, thus, but use all gently. For in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. It offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for o'erdoing Termagant. It out Herods Herod. So pray you avoid it. Player says, I warrant your honor. Be not too tame either, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you overstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so o'erdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is told, as 'twere, the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time his form and pressure. Now this overdone or come tardy off, though it makes this unskilful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve. The censure of the which one must in your allowance throw away a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that I've seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak profanely, that neither having the accent of Christians nor the gait of Christian pagan nor man, have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some of the nature's journeymen had made men, and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably. Player says, I hope we've reformed that indifferently with us, sir. Oh, reform it altogether. And let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them, for there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too. Though in the meantime some necessary questions of the play be then to be considered. That's villainous, and shows a most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. So go, make you ready. And players exit. Enter Polonius, Guildenstern, and Rosencrantz. How now, my lord? Will the king hear this piece of work? Polonius says, and the queen too, and that presently. Bid the players make haste. Polonius exits. Will you two help to hasten them? Aye, my lord, says Rosencrantz. And they exit. What ho, Horatio? Enter Horatio. Here, sweet lord, at your service. Horatio, thou art e'en as just a man as e'er my conversation coped withal. Aye, my dear lord, says Horatio. I do not think I flatter. For what advancement may I hope from thee, that no revenue hast, but thy good spirits to feed and clothe thee? Why should the poor be flattered? No, let the candied tongue lick absurd pomp, and crook the pregnant hinges of the knee where thrift may follow fawning. Dost thou hear? Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, and could of men distinguish, her election hath sealed thee for herself. For thou hast been as one in suffering all that suffers nothing. A man that fortune's buffets and rewards has taken with equal thanks. And blessed are those whose blood and judgment are so well commeddled, that they are not a pipe for fortune's finger to sound what stop she please. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. Aye, in my heart of heart, as I do thee. Something too much of this. There's a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I pray thee, when thou seest the act afoot, even with the very comment of thy soul, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkennel in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen, and my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's smithy. Give him heedful note, for mine eyes will rivet to his face, and after we will both our judgments join in censure of his seeming. Why, my lord, if he steal aught the whilst this play is playing, and scape detecting, I will pay the theft. There's a flourish off stage. They're coming to the play. I must be idle. Give you a place. Enter trumpets, kettle drums, enter King Polonius, Ophelia, Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, and other lords, attended with the king's guard, carrying torches. The king. How fares our cousin Hamlet? Excellent in the faith, a chameleon's dish. I eat the air, promise crammed. You cannot feed capons so. I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine. No, nor mine now. My lord Polonius, you played once in the university. You did? That I did, my lord, and was accounted a good actor. What did you enact? I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol, and Brutus killed me. Oh, it was a brute part of him to kill so capital a cav there. Be the players ready? Rosencrantz says, Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience. Come hither, my dear Hamlet, says the queen, and sit by me. Oh, no, good mother, here is better more attractive. And he takes his place near Ophelia. Polonius says to the king, Oh, did you mark that? Huh? Hamlet says, Lady, to Ophelia, shall I lie in your lap? No, my lord. I mean my head in your lap. Do you think I meant country matters? I think nothing, my lord. Oh, that's a fair thought to lie between May's legs. What is, my lord? Nothing. You are merry, my lord. Who? I? I, my lord. Oh, God, you're only jig maker. What should a man do but be merry for? Look you how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within 2 hours. Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord. So long. Nay, then let the devil wear black, for I'll have a suit of sables. Oh, heavens, died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive half his life a year. But, by Our Lady, he must build churches then, or else shall be suffer not thinking on why with the hobby horse, whose epitaph is for the hobby horse is forgot. Trumpet sounds. There's a dumb show that follows. Enter a king and a queen very lovingly, the queen embracing him and he her. She kneels and makes show of protestation unto him. He takes her up and declines his head upon her neck. He lies him down upon a bank of flowers. She, seeing him asleep, leaves him. Anon comes in another man, takes off his crown, kisses it, pours poison in the sleeper's ears, and leaves him. The queen returns, finds the king dead, makes passionate action. The poisoner with some 3 or 4 come in again, seem to condole with her. The dead body is carried away. The poisoner woos the queen with gifts. She seems harsh a while, but in the end accepts his love. The players exit. Ophelia says, What means this, my lord? Mary, this is a Michi Maleko. It means a mischief. Belike this show imports the argument of the play. Enter the prologue. We shall know by this fellow here. The players cannot keep counsel. They'll tell all. Will he tell us what this show means, says Ophelia? Aye, or any show that you will show him. Be not you ashamed to show, he'll not shame to tell you what it means. You are not. You are not. I'll mark the play. The prologue. For us, and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently. And he exits. Is this a prologue or the posy of a ring, says Hamlet. 'Tis brief, my lord. As woman's love. Enter the player, king and queen. The player king says, Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round Neptune's salt wash, and Tellus' orbed ground, and 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen. About the world have times 12 30s been, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite commutually in most sacred bands. The player queen responds, So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er love be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state, that I distrust you. Yet though I discomfort you, my lord, if nothing must. For women fear too much, even as they love, and women's fear and love hold quantity in neither aught or in extremity. Now what my love is, proof hath made you know, and as my love is sized, my fear is so. Where love is great, the littlest doubts are fear. Where little fears grow great, great love grows there. Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind for a husband shalt thou. Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second, but killed the first. That's wormwood. Wormwood, says Hamlet. The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed. I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine oft we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory, of violent birth but poor validity, which now the fruit unripe sticks on the tree, but shall unshaken when they mellow be. Most necessary 'tis that we forget to pay ourselves what to ourselves is debt. What to ourselves in passion we propose, the passion ending, doth the purpose lose. The violence of either grief or joy their own enactures with themselves destroy. Where joy most revels, grief doth most lament. Grief joys, joy grieves. On slender accident. This world is not for aye, nor 'tis not strange that even our loves should with our fortunes change. But 'tis a question left us yet to prove, whether love lead fortune or else fortune love. The great man down. You mark his favorite flies. The poor advanced makes friends of enemies. And hitherto doth love on fortune tend, for who not needs shall never lack a friend, and who, in want, a hollow friend doth try, directly seasons him his enemy. But orderly to end where I begun, our wills and fates do as contrary run, that our devices still are overthrown. Our thoughts are ours, their ends none of our own. So think thou wilt not a second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead. Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light. Sport and repose lock me from day and night. To desperation turn my trust and hope. An anchor's cheer in prison be my scope. Each opposite that blanks the face of joy meet what I would have well, and it destroy. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever be I a wife. If she should break now, says Hamlet. 'Tis deeply sworn, sweet. Leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep. Sleep, rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain. The play of Queen exits. Hamlet says to the queen, "Madam, how like you the play?" Gertrude says, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." "Oh, but she'll keep her word." Have you heard the argument, says the king? Is there no offense in it? No, no, they do but jest, poison in jest. No offense in the world. What do you call the play? Says the king. The Mousetrap. Mary, how? Tropically, this play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the duke's name. His wife is Baptista. You shall see. Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. Let the gulled jade wince. Our withers are unwrung. Enter Lucianus. Oh, this is one Lucianus. He's nephew to the king. You're as good as a chorus, my lord, says Ophelia. Oh, I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying. You are keen, my lord. You are keen. It would cost you a groaning to take off mine edge. Still better and worse, says Ophelia. So you must take your husband's. Begin, murderer. Leave thy damnable faces and begin. Come, the croaking raven doth bellow for revenge. Lucianus comes on stage. Thoughts, black, hands, apt, drugs, fit, and time, agreeing, confederate season, else no creature seeing, thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's bane thrice blasted, thrice infected, thy natural magic and dire property on wholesome life usurp immediately. And he pours the poison in the king's ears. He poisons him. You see, in the garden for his estate. Oh, his name's Gonzago. Yeah, Gonzago. The story is extant and written very, very choice Italian. It's in Italian. It's written in Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife. At this, Claudius rises. The king rises, says Ophelia. What? Frightened? With false fire? How fares my lord? Says the queen. Give over the play, says Polonius. Give me light! Away! Lights, lights, says Polonius. All but Hamlet and Horatio exit. Why, says Hamlet. Let the struck and dear go weep, the heart and galled play, for some must watch while some must sleep, thus runs the world away. Would not discern a forest of feathers if the rest of my portions turn Turk with me, with 2 provincial roses on my raised shoes, get me a fellowship and a cry of players. Well, half a share, says Horatio. A whole one I. For thou dost know, O Damon dear, this realm dismantled was of Love himself, and now reigns here a very, very page. You might have rhymed, said Horatio. Oh, good Horatio. I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. Didst thou perceive? Very well, my lord. Upon the talk of the poison? I did very well note him, says Horatio. Come, some music. Come, the recorders. For if the king like not the comedy, why then belike he likes it not perdie. Come, some music. Enter Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Good my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you. Oh, sir, a whole history. The king, sir. Aye, sir, what of him? Isn't his retirement marvelous distempered? Oh, what, with drink, sir? No, my lord, with choler. Oh, your wisdom should shows itself more richer to signify this to the doctor. For me to put him to this purgation would perhaps plunge him into more choler. Good my lord, put your discourse into some frame, and start not so wildly from my affair. Oh, oh, oh. I am tame, sir. Pronounce. The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you. Oh, well, you are welcome. Nay, my good lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I will do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business. Sir, I cannot. What, my lord? Make you a wholesome answer. My wit deceived. But, sir, such an answer as I can make you shall command, or rather, as you say, my mother. Therefore, no more, but to the matter, my mother, you say. Then thus she says, your behavior has struck her into amazement and admiration, says Rosencrantz. Oh, wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. But is there no equal to the heels of this mother's admiration? Impart. She desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed. We shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us? My lord, you once did love me. I do still by these pickers and stealers. Oh. Good my lord, what is your cause of distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty, if you deny your friends to your grief. Sir, I lack advancement. How can that be when you have the voice of the king himself at your succession in Denmark? Says Rosencrantz. Aye, sir, but while the grass grows, the proverb is, blah, 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 something musty. Enter the players with recorders. Oh, the recorders. Let me see one. He takes a recorder, and he turns to Guildenstern. To withdraw with you, why do you go about to recover the wind of me, as if you would drive me into a toil? Oh, my lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly. I do not well understand that, says Hamlet. Will you play upon this pipe? Here. Play upon this pipe. My lord, I cannot. Oh, I pray you, come. Believe me, I cannot. I do beseech you, says Hamlet. I know no touch of it, my lord. It is as easy as lying. You govern these vintages with your fingers and thumb. You give it breath with your mouth. And it would discourse more eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops. But these cannot I command. To any utterance of harmony, I have not the skill. Why, look you now! You would play upon me? You would seem to know my stops? You would pluck out the heart of my mystery? You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass? And there is much music, excellent voice in this little organ, yet you cannot make it speak. Splud, do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, you can't fret me, you cannot play upon me. Enter Polonius. God bless you, sir. My lord, the queen would speak with you and presently. Do you see yonder cloud? That's almost in the shape of a camel. By the mass, 'tis yeah, 'tis like a camel indeed. Methinks it is like a weasel. It is bat like a weasel, or like a whale. It's very, very like a whale. Yes. Then I would come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bent. I will come by and by. I will say so. But by and by is easily said. Leave me, friends, and all but Hamlet exit. 'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn, and hell itself breathes out contagion on this world. Now could I drink hot blood, and I do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft now, to my mother. O heart, lose not thy nature. Let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, but not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but I use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words somever she be shent, to give them seals, never my soul consent.